Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, what point to guard.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Going big, going big.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This fielded at the 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. Switch. Weapon. Jam, go.
Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Jackson options out left. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Okay? Mike 50. Hey, let's go. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. It's just me and you. Mike's 50.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Watch out for Hill on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go. 36. We're going to 54 right here.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Forced out to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Cooper was the target there. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready. 50, max 50. Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
4 down.
Throwing is Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, no doubt about it.
The legend goes that Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low. The only person, though, that came up and said, hey, mine's too high, Emmitt Smith.
You're kidding.
How can you rate Emmitt Smith too high? That's the question.
Boy, talk about humble. That's taking modesty to a new level.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They're not ready for this. They still.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And Ingram holds it in.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. He'll find his running back. It's Emmitt Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A first down throw for Prescott. Flush to his right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jordan Reed, 26 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. He'll find Metcalf. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. They'll roll him out right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just...
It's a foot race. The 40, past the 20, 10, 5, Touchdown, Cowboys! Emmitt Smith, 83 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
14, Chiefs, nothing. Harrison Buster is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Jackson on first down. And he fires one incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And now it's second down. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right?
Yep.
1-3.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Josh Allen able to get him for a loss of about 3. Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? What are they headed for the home stretch, is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds in the AFC, Seattle and New Orleans in the NFC. You think it stays that way at the end?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. I think Baltimore, yes. New England's going to get a battle from Buffalo, but I think they're going to stay in the spot. Seattle, they're going to battle San Francisco. They're just going to trade it back and forth, and it's going to come down to Week 17, I believe, to decide that one. And New Orleans, yes, they will retain a top 2 spot.
Now Emmitt. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 31, Prescott. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Jalen Ferguson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now Prescott on 4th down. Flushed out right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco at New Orleans, but to me that's the #1 game because the #1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment, okay? The winner of that becomes the #1 seed. I think the #2 game, Seattle at the Rams, because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the #1 team in the NFC West, and the Rams have to have it if they have any designs of making the playoffs. The #3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence, that big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas, but Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks. And then you finish up Kansas City, New England. How is that the #4 game?
I know.
Hard to believe, but it is in this instance.
Jackson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. With that incompletion, I want to revisit some playoff talk. We talked about the top 2 seeds, but let's break down the AFC playoff picture. Ravens and Pats on top. If the season ended, we'd be looking at the Bills in the 5 spot and the Steelers the 6. That would give us wild card games of Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Texans. You give the Titans, Raiders, Colts, or Browns any shot, Charles?
I give the Titans a shot. They get Houston twice in the last 4 games of the year. And the way they're running the ball with Derrick Henry and their defense playing well, yeah, they're very confident right now. The Raiders, no, I don't give them that type of a shot. I think they're a year ahead of schedule with the season that they're having. The Colts, I do give them a shot. Okay, Jacoby Brissett, if he can get hot down the stretch and they get Marlon Mack back running the football, I think they can have an impact. In Cleveland, no, I don't give them any shot.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he's got some space here. He's got daylight. 20. 10, 5, touchdown, Cowboys. Emmitt Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Jackson from the shotgun. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Even, 4th down, even. Mike 15, Mike 15. Watch the curl.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, it's Smith. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now.
And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Jackson, options out left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down.
Ready. Check. Check back.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Jackson options out left. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Let's go now. Double time. Hey, 4 down.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Open man is Metcalf, he's got it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. All day. SOS. Watch it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that play reminded me of Michael Strahan in 2001 when he was absolutely incredible. That was the year he set the single-season record for most sacks with 22.5.
And not surprisingly, Defensive Player of the Year that season. And he also led the league in sacks in 2003, 142.5 in his career. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson to the right side and complete to Metcalf. A gain there of 21 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. Well, CD, earlier we looked at the AFC playoff picture. Let's quickly peek at what's going on in the NFC right now. We mentioned Seattle and New Orleans would get the byes if the season ended today. The matchups, though, first-round wildcard weekend would be San Fran and Dallas and Minnesota and Green Bay. I smell ratings, my friend.
Big-time ratings. Let's start with Minnesota and Green Bay because that would be their third meeting of the year as they are division rivals in the NFC North. And, of course, going to Lambeau anytime after October 15 is dicey with weather, so you don't know what you're going to get. Minnesota now a dome team. How about San Francisco at Dallas? You could potentially have a San Francisco team with 12 or more wins going on the road to take on a division champ, the NFC East. Dallas, they may have 8 wins. Doesn't seem right, doesn't seem fair, but that's the system. San Francisco may very well have to do it.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Tannehill. He'll buy, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Tannehill. Screenplay, Johnson. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screenplay.
Come on, set 70, Indy.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And it is incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decide if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Jackson off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now he's got it, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tannehill. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready up, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, come on now, come on now. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hope. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He'll let this thing go, and this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now the Chiefs will bring the offense onto the field as they'll go for 2 here.
Stand up in. Check 59, Mike.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Hope. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. To the air again, Tannehill. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Space to maneuver at the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll find Metcalf. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the run, watch the run. 66, check 99, check 99.
Another run with Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. They'll run at Sanders. Again, he finds an opener. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that, because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on, set.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Ready, ready. Check 55 to Mike. You better be afraid.
Tannehill on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and it's 3rd and short. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Tannehill. And that is incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Tannehill under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Ferguson, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 23. 39 yards there, a big one. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Okoye. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Another run here with Sanders. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Ferguson, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EASports_MUT. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
Ready. 60 on. 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Target.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. To throw is Jackson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Running right, here's Sanders. Shifts by him, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cunningham. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Michael Irvin, 54 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return will stop right around the 25.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, Cunningham. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Michael Irvin with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Ray Lewis.
Come on, come on.
Back at the 10-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Chiefs, nothing.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Jackson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the pressure gets to him again. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cunningham looking to throw. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. this one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Mike 20. I'm coming after you.
Jackson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Reggie White on the sack there, showing the explosiveness that led him to the Hall of Fame. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
You don't want it. Mike 50. Watch the slant.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Got a man, it's Michael Irvin. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Michael Irvin, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Able to fight through one tackle. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Out. 3 down. 3 down. Arvin. Hey, yo. 3. Check Mike 33.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Mike 6.
To throw on 2nd down. Cunningham. That's caught by Irvin. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Michael Irvin, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Sanders. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. 1, 2, 3. Ready go.
Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's the Hall of Famer Ray Lewis powering in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
50. Mike's 50. Hey, check. Hey, Mike.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Lawrence Taylor in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Here's Hill on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, Sanders. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock. You control the ball.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jackson now. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Heavy what you got.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Cunningham. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Randy Moss, 45 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
At the 19-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Right there in the middle, 55. 2 left.
On 1st down, it's Cunningham. Looking deep downfield. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by the 13-time Pro Bowler Ray Lewis. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And now he'll tuck it and run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And brought down down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A first throw for the backup Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he slides to avoid the hit. 23 yards on the play.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, 30, 20, 10. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeout.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was...
bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This is fielded at the goal line. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
On first down, Locke. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Michael Irvin, 55 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Touchdown. You.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Jackson, option right. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Let's go. We gotta step it up. Hey, check. Line 50. Let's go, DJ.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. 55 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 15 now, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Throwing on 3rd and long, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
He's coming, double up. Joker, 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 Joker. Check, check. Fresno.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Flushed out right. He'll get it to Irvin. Right side complete. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Dickerson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game.
And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check it out.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action with Jackson. And that's complete to Sanders. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson from the shotgun. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, the attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson, and that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Robbie Anderson there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Whoa, he just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's Lott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Michael Irvin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on first down, Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Jackson throwing on third and long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's Lott. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Lott. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down.
Hey, Haywood!
Now a give, right side. Dickerson. And now running right through it. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On second down, Dickerson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
He's going deep for Brown, and that is incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Coming, baby. Hey, check. Hey, exit.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Mike 5-5. Mike 5-5.
Luck on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
12.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike.
I got one. Hey, Alpha. 11. 11Z.
Back to throw, Luck. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's get sack lunch.
Check three, check three, check three. 12. Hey, zoom.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On third down, Dickerson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They're going to go for it here on fourth. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
He's not going to get me. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, seam six.
They are going for it. It's Luck. Escaping the pressure right. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
And let's get this. We got double tight. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Undercrush. Watch twist.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Dickerson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 3 down. Watch 88. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the screen. 55 is Mike, guys, 55. 12. Watch the screen.
Now on 2nd and 13. Luck steps away to his left. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On third down, Dickerson. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Going to give this time to the tailback. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now a give right side. Dickerson. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown run. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50. Mike.
Jackson down, operating from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a handoff here to his running back. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 34 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue, explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Newton to throw. And a first hookup with his veteran tight end, Dallas Clark. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So Dallas Clark with the catch there, and he stands number 4 all-time in Colts history in receptions.
And that goes all the way back to 1953 in Baltimore. Number 4, 2 of the guys ahead of him are Hall of Famers. That's how impressive that list is that Dallas Clark is on.
A very solid gain of 27.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. And an alley to run. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Ready? Ready? Check 55 to Mike. Who that?
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Flushed out right. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
31 yards there and a first down. He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it, and now they're proving that they can.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 40 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Newton. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Clark, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher.
Let's go now. Go to base. Get
the 41. Jackson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. On 1st down, Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. Okay, keep it up, defense, keep it up.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Watch 35, watch 35. Set up.
To throw is Jackson from the gun on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
Now Jackson. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it. No, he didn't. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
5 down, stand up in.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
The Panthers take over.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many mil. Cause bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hawk with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings of the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk inside the